Hello everyone and welcome again. We will be making a series of videos for Project Zomboid called Reality Check, for no good reason other than to enjoy the debate, as well as point out really good things in the game that not everyone knows. And possibly point out a few things that need changing? Perhaps, but we'll see how it goes. Either ways, this one is about foraging, so let's jump right into it. This first point is about medicinal herbs, excluding all of the berries and mushrooms. Medical herbs are the exception here, because a player can't simply loot a medical plant without having the herbalist trait. And to some level, yes, it makes sense, because no one new to the forest and plants would be able to simply walk into the forest and know which plant or herb has medicinal properties. But wouldn't it make more sense if we were able to get the medicinal herbs but be unable to know what it does until we are experienced enough? Because some people can go through a character lifetime without finding medicinal herbs or knowing they exist. So for this one, we will go with a +0.1. Only because it is still a bit convincing that an inexperienced person wouldn't be able to simply get medicinal herbs once they stroll into the forest. This one is about how Moodles affect your foraging. For example, being sleepy makes it harder to find items. And despite it being a bit unforgiving, it is really good and it makes it realistic, which is how it should be, because imagine going to the forest and not having slept or eaten in 3 days. You will definitely be struggling to see berries or catch frogs. So with the different effect that each Moodle adds, this one definitely gets a +0.2. This one is about professions and traits, and I have to say that I really like this one because they really went the extra mile to make professions with a huge impact on foraging, and not just a park ranger trait which you would most likely expect to be our suspect. But other professions also have different abilities in the forest, and for traits, of course a character that has the eagle-eyed trait is able to see and spot things farther away than other characters. They put a lot of effort into each profession and trait, and how it impacts your foraging differently, but without going deep into it, this one definitely gets another +0.2. I have to say that I love this one. For those of you PZ survivors that didn't know, weather and location and lightning severely affect your foraging. For example, during rain it's easy to find frogs, and during night it's hard to find anything. For seasons it's a bit different. Seasons determine the overall of the items that you can and cannot find. Just for example, you may simply find a fruit in June and never find it in February. So they went the extra mile with this one, and it gets a straight out +0.2. For the last point, and one that really bothers me as well as many other players, sticks and stones, or in this case rocks and branches. So imagine going to the forest looking for branches, and despite being surrounded by trees from every corner, you are still struggling to get that branch. As well as rocks, you may be walking, and you can actually see a pile of stone or a rock next to you, and you can't interact with it at all, which keeps you struggling for that chipped stone that you need to make a spear. I don't believe we should be expecting to simply be able to interact with trees to get branches whenever we wish, but to balance it out, branches and stone should be easier to find even for low levels of foraging. So for this last one, sadly we will go with 0. So the final score is 0.7 out of 1. Thank you everyone for watching, and definitely leave your opinions in the comments. Also do let us know what would you want the next reality check video to be about. Thank you again, and see you all in the next video.